Let's try this again. Hello, Carla. It's Mike again with another video reflection. In fact, I think this is the third time we've recorded this tonight, but hopefully we'll get it right this time. The second time we got 15 minutes, did a whole really nice recording, didn't click the button to record. So we thought we recorded it, but no. Oh, and I say we because tonight we have a special guest. Robert Lyons is here this afternoon. He's going to be interviewing me and asking me the reflection questions, which it's going to be really cool. Robert, thank you for being here, Robert.
All right.
And if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get started with question number one.
Question one. In what ways do you see it bringing relevant application of content, learning skills, and technology tools to your elementary classroom?
Now, what he says, we're talking about digital stories because that's the session that I attended today, and we're talking about digital stories. This was amazing. This was an amazing morning because we spent a lot of time just talking, storyboarding, telling stories, writing the stuff down, going over rubrics. And as far as like bringing this stuff to our K5 group, there are a lot of technology skills that we're hitting in a very small amount of time. Now, some of this stuff, if you're looking at your lower elementary kids, it's going to be a lot of teacher-directed stuff. But the students, the kids, are the ones that are going to be writing the stories, coming up with the stories, and then working through trying to find their voice and trying to find out, you know, even if it goes to the part where they go into the lab and they're trying to find the kinds of things that they want to represent their voice when we're talking about this. Bringing in pictures from home. There's a lot of things going on here, 21st century, especially when it comes to like communication, storytelling, go hand in hand. That stuff goes hand in hand. These kids are going to be, you know, it's community building. They're building different kinds of levels of trust and communications, and bridging all kinds of different things in the classroom. They're going to get to know their classmates a whole lot better. It's a major, even though it's a personal story, this is a very collaborative effort because we're doing peer reviews and they're asking other people on for their opinions on different things, and it's very, very powerful stuff especially for K5 group.
Question two.
Question two.
How does digital storytelling go beyond students merely writing a story on a computer? I'm
gonna answer that with my own personal experience. Last year I took a digital storytelling class, and we spent a week in Charleston at the GATE office, Governor's Academy for Teacher Excellence, hosted through the West Virginia Center for Professional Development. And the hardest thing for me for the first 3 days was just writing the story. The technology part, playing with the computer, was easy. Playing with the camera was easy. This was things that came almost second nature to me. I don't know, technically I'm on the borderline right there of the whole digital native thing, but this part of it was easy. For me, the hard part was telling my story, determining my voice, even determining, you know, all the things that we had to think about in critical thinking here is, you know, who's your audience? What kind of story are you trying to tell? What's your purpose? Are you informing? Are you trying to tell somebody something? There's a lot of these things that were involved in this process, a lot of metacognition, things that we, you know, thinking about the thinking process, thinking about things that we hadn't even thought of before, like how is music? I mean, it's not just putting a story together, slapping a song to it, and with some pictures, and we're done with it. No, it's are these the right pictures? Is this the right picture I want for this right moment to point out, you know, what I'm trying to say here? Is the inflection in my voice doing that? I know some of our smaller kids aren't going to get that at first, but I definitely see our middle school and high school kids using that kind of thinking, that kind of deep critical thinking in these stories. And when you're talking about 21st century technology skills, when you're talking about any kind of 21st century skills, they're hitting all of these one time.
Question three.
Question three.
What do you believe are the critical elements of digital storytelling?
When it came to digital storytelling, the critical elements, again, finding your voice. And voice is hard. It's a hard concept. I think when you're talking about English kids, when you're talking about trying to teach them about voice, I couldn't think of a better way to do it other than using their own at first. You know, if you're talking about, you know, how's the story going to play out, this was very cool. This was very difficult for a lot of people to do, and finding your voice was kind of hard, and that for me was the hardest part, and I think we'll leave it at that. Like I said, the other technology stuff was easy, but the hardest part, just finding out what it is you want to say and how you're going to say it.
Okay. Question 4, last one. How might digital storytelling be a component of a standards-focused PBL design?
I'm going to answer that with another question. How is it not going to be a part of standards-focused PBL design? Especially when we're talking about the things we did yesterday with Ms. Krause and the community-based PBL stuff. If you're talking about community-based, there's a lot of things that are going on here. Because there's communication, there's collaboration. People are working together for these stories. If you're doing a personal story, a little more to yourself. But a lot of these stories that you're going to be dealing with, if you're talking about like a history event or other things, there's going to be research involved. You're going to be community building. I keep saying community building, community building, community building. It's not just community building with. It's not just community building with the classroom, you know, because you're going to be building connections between the students, because they're going to be seeing these different stories and learning more about each other in between the teacher and the teacher getting to know their students a lot better. But when you're going out into the community, like, kids will be interviewing grandparents, parents, other people in the community, trying to find information and actually really developing a more seated, I guess, community spirit, as it were. Repeat that last part of the question again.
How could it be a component of standards-focused PBL design?
Oh, well, again, with standards-focused, if you're talking about all these 21st century technology tools, or technology skills, the communication skills, the learning, all these skills are hit in digital storytelling. And I've said it before, and I've said it apparently 3 times now tonight. It's like hitting a lot of nails with one really big hammer. You're taking care of a lot of it, and again with the whole thinking about how we're thinking process, the kids are going to be involved and they're going to be hooked into this, and they're going to be learning and not even realize a lot of what they're learning, which is really cool. And with this being the third take of the night and not being 28 minutes long, and please tell me I hit the right button over here this time, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys have a good night out there. Robert, you have anything you want to say?
Everybody sleep well, and see everybody bright and early in the morning.
Bright and early. Breakfast, 7 o'clock. I'll see you at 7:30ish. This is going to be a late night. I got to pack up still. Good night, guys.